Another dangerous fraudster has decided to steal British taxpayers' money using the lockdown loans to send funds to the Islamists in Syria. And we're going to tell you the problem with Rishi Sunak. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We have another example, another news story about someone who hates this country and who takes advantage of the generosity and the kindness of this nation and the system that we have. British taxpayers are now being essentially used and misused. The funds are now being taken. The lockdown situation created all these schemes, the bounce back loans and the grants. And we have on this channel been exposing over the last couple of years all the fraudsters. We're going to remind you of one of them after this update. And we're going to tell you why Rishi Sunak and his department is at fault. So, this guy, Tariq Namuz, who was a landlord, a pub landlord, so pub owner from the Middle East, who decided to get one of these bounce back loans during the lockdown and send the money to the nutters, the radical militants in Syria. What else has changed? British tax money is being used to fund the dangerous anti-West enemies. Just like the 20th century, just the model has changed. We're still funding different countries and different continents who are actually against us. Just like what we did, over the last few decades. Usually that happens using the actual government. Now we have individuals stealing our money to do that. Luckily, this guy has been caught. He's facing 8 charges. The Crown Court has gone after him. Fine. Well done to everybody who exposed him and the courts, catching him out and everything else is fine, right? But there's still a lot of people who are getting away with it. They have done it since 2020, March 2020. And we're going to tell you the reason behind it, why it's difficult to catch them now. And it's actually about Rishi Sunak and his department, Her Majesty's Treasury. It's not the first time that this has happened, especially the really extreme examples of taxpayers' money being stolen to fund our enemies. This one, is, you guys remember, a few months ago, we did an exclusive story report on this channel, and some of the media and press reported after this channel, but not all of them. The Islamic Centre in West London, near Kensington, that has a charity status because it's faith-based, but it also has it's also as a status a limited company on the Companies House. So it's also a limited company. So they decided to use that to take a furlough money from British taxpayers. And you know who's in charge of this? Well, in case you didn't know, it's the Islamic Republic of Iran, our direct enemy and rival. They're controlled by them, so the funds went directly to Iran. Now, it wasn't massive funds. It was over hundred thousands of pounds, but still, it's the principle that matters. You got on the left, the Ayatollah of the supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei. Then you've got, of course, Nasrallah, this picture when they were all hanging out as friends at the time, head of Hezbollah in Lebanon. And, that's right, it's Qasem Soleimani, obviously one of the chief generals in Iran who was destroyed by Donald J. Trump, who took his life. And that was the right thing to do. And everybody was scared of the backlash. Not much happened, did it? Because they bluff and bluff and bluff, but they are still damaging us by infiltrating our country, taking our money, and trying to influence the system. And if people like Rishi Sunak really care and really want to become the next Prime Minister, he needs to fix some issues. His Treasury decided to say a while ago that we're no longer going to be going after the scammers who took the lockdown money and got away with it because there's a backlog and it's quite difficult to find them. Why? Because let's just say you might not be able to get the money back, millions of pounds gone. But if you actually go look at the cases, you might be able to find, at least in your investigation, cases that are dangerous, like Tariq Namuz. Even if you're not going to get the money back because, it's just difficult to get rid of it, it's just too bureaucratic. Sure, but do the investigation and you might find some more dangerous cases. And, the Crown Court could go after them rather than just like a, individual just trying to steal, £10,000. Yeah, fine. You guys can't go after everybody. but do a proper investigation. And what we can do as people, as the electorate and the taxpayers in this country, and this is the campaign that I now have for all of us, is send an email to your MPs. Just a very, very short summary, just quick. Send an email saying that we should start a push, get all the MPs, any local MP that you have, to then get in touch with the Treasury to push on our behalf to do some sort of investigation into these cases. Because we need to expose more potential dangerous fraudsters who are actually using our money to attack our own country. You can't do that. It's absolutely disgusting. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to email your MP. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.